So a complex number is made up in the form a plus bi, and we often call a complex number by a name z. The a is the real part, and the bi is the imaginary part. And specifically, a is the real coefficient, and b is the imaginary coefficient. So I might say, for example, that z1 was equal to 3 plus 2i. And I'm calling it Z1 because perhaps I might have more complex numbers that I want to work with, and I can call them Z2 and Z3 and so on. So in this scenario, I'm going to say that Z2 is 4 plus 5i. And now I'm going to perform an operation on those. So I want to see what happens when I add Z1 and Z2. So in this case, that's going to be 3 plus 2i plus 4 plus 5i. And when I'm working with this, I really deal with it in very much the same way that I deal with a regular algebra question, in that I'll put the like terms together. So the real goes with the real and the imaginary goes with the imaginary. And so 3 and 4 makes 7, and then 2i and 5i is going to make 7i, and that's all I can do with that. I can't add the real part and the imaginary part together, so I'm just finished now. I could also subtract and say z1 minus z2. So in this case, that would be 3 plus 2i minus 4 plus 5i. And of course, as usual, watch out there for your brackets and your negative. So that's going to be 3 plus 2i. I'm going to just multiply the negative into the bracket, negative 4, negative 5i. And I'm going to get minus 1, minus 3i. So job done on that score. And that's adding and subtracting. But I could also, for example, multiply my complex number by a scalar. And a scalar is just a non-complex number. It's just a regular number. So, for example, I might say 3z1. And in this case, that would be 3 times 3 plus 2i. So I could multiply out as normal and get 9 plus 6i as my answer. Or I could do something that was a little bit longer, but still pretty fairly straightforward, which is like, for example, 3 times z2 minus z1. And just maybe pause the video for a second and see if you can manage to do this one yourself, and then unpause and check and see if you're correct. So in this case, that will be 3 by 4 plus 5i minus 3 plus 2i. Again, just making sure to put in all your brackets appropriately. And then we're going to have 3 by 4 plus 5i minus 3 minus 2i. And then I'm going to tidy up that line, and then I'll multiply by 3. So I'm going to have 3 by 1 plus 3i. And so my final solution there then is going to be 3 plus 9i.